Hi everyone, welcome to today's GiRLiFE Live, welcoming our newest members. I am Melody, life and wellness coach, author, and creator of the GiRLiFE Empowerment Certification Program. I am so happy to have you guys here. How's everybody doing? Please be sure to say hello. I know that this connection point is what we all need so badly right now. I don't know about you guys, but I totally look forward to coming on live and getting to hang out with all of you. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Shauna. Hi, Christine. Hi, Shifa, Sandra. Hello. Great to see you guys. Thank you for joining me, Zoe. You guys rock. Hi, Michelle. So today, hello, Tessa. Today we are going to be talking all about how, thank you for the hearts. I love the hearts. Feels good. Today we're going to be talking about how you can create your very own online workshops, right? So before we start, I just want to say hi, Nicole. Hi. I just want to say, guys, I don't want to hear any more of this business of I have so many people, whether it's clients or GiRLiFE facilitators or people in my various communities saying, I'm pulling back, I'm not, this isn't the time to run a business, this isn't the time to profit, this isn't the time to create something new. And I just want to reframe your way of thinking. I totally hear you and I understand. But I want us to really try to get into an energy of expansion, okay, instead of contraction. So I want you to think of this time as a potential time for growth. Like I can tell you right now that we have so many parents who are begging for programming like girls empowerment workshops that are filled with enrichment and empowerment. And these kids, these girls need a beacon of light in this dark time. These are unprecedented times. We've never dealt with them before, and who better to help our girls understand how to move through this time gracefully, with ease, with a desire to just grow through all of the challenges. This is what we are here to do. We are light workers, we are leaders in our communities, and if we don't think that we are, you are just by being a woman, having the experience you're having, you are in a position of influence and you are a leader. So yes, just be the light, right? Kat is saying be the light. I couldn't agree more. Like that's what we need to do right now. We can be a lighthouse. So please, I ask you to, instead of pulling back, I want you to lean in. There's never been more of a time to step into your power and serve your heart out. Okay, guys? So that being said, I want you guys to get into this idea. I'm going to teach you how to run an online workshop. I'm just going to give you like the 411 on the easy ways to get it up and running. And then I'm going to walk you through the gratitude workshop, which is my gift to all of you. Some of you have already enrolled for it and you've considered running it physically in your community. Obviously, that's not a possibility right now. So I want you to consider going out there in your community and running the gratitude workshop like on a community level, on your Facebook group or on Zoom, somehow virtually. I want to invite you to take this workshop out there and run it in your community. So this is such a great opportunity to serve, guys, and I'm giving you a piece of our curriculum to go out there and do it. I'm making it super easy because I'm outlining the A to Z of all of it once you sign up for the gratitude workshop. So you're going to know exactly what to do. And what we're going to do today is transfer this to an online format to give you an idea of how you could just get it up and running just by having a telephone. Like the way that I'm sitting here talking to you guys on my iPhone, you could do that same thing with the young girls in your community. Okay, let me see if I have any comments. I see Christina's here and Charlene, Crystal, Tamika. You guys rock. Thank you for showing up. Maggie is here, Jerry, Bridget. Amazing. So good. We have such a nice group of people, and Maggie is here too. Okay, so when you are running an online workshop, I want you to be so animated, right? Like, do you see how I'm using my hands? That comes very naturally for me. I speak with my hands, and I know that that helps to translate my messages, especially when I'm working with young girls and especially when I'm working with them online. They need to see you excited. They need to see you lit up, having fun, bringing joy into the experience, right? Because while you're not physically with them, you are going to have them in your space, and your energy is contagious. So I want you to show up with so much excited energy. Wave your hands in the air. I have an amazing client in New Zealand, and she just did some online workshops, and she showed up with such gusto and such like she was the most authentic expression of herself. And boy, did I just felt it in an Instagram post how contagious her amazing energy was. So don't be afraid to be animated and loud and sing and dance. This is what keeps those kids engaged when you are working in a virtual capacity. Obviously, I want you to do that in physical workshops too, but when we're working in a virtual capacity, you need to really amp it up, just extra excited and fun, okay? You want them to engage with you. Okay, so we're gonna go through the who, what, when, where, how, all of that jazz. So who? You are going to do this with the girls in your community. Like I've said, I'm giving you the curriculum. I'm giving you the gratitude workshop to take out there. So market it to the girls in your community just as you would have if it were a physical workshop. You could share it on Facebook and Instagram. You can email if you have an email list. You can, if you've got daughters, you can connect with your daughters' friends' parents and see if they want to get something going. Just get super creative about sharing your message. You might want to try a mom's group in your area and say, hey, I'm taking this GiRLiFE workshop out for a spin, and I'd love for your daughters to join me. Simple as that. There are so many ways to do it. So just lean into the way that feels most natural for you while also taking a little step out of your comfort zone, okay? The what is the gratitude workshop, and usually our workshops are 2 hours. I'm going to suggest a workshop that's somewhere in the hour, in the time frame of an hour, maybe an hour and 15, at the most an hour and a half. Why? Because again, we're on camera. We're not there to we can't physically engage the kids, and there's so many pieces of the workshop that we can't physically do together. So I think somewhere in the time frame of an hour and a half is enough to get your point across, to get the messages across, and to really make an impact on these girls. Where are you going to host these workshops? So virtually, there are a few options that you have. And again, lean into the option that feels the most resonant with you. You can either do Zoom, and Zoom is super easy to use. You can just go on YouTube and type in how to run a Zoom meeting or how to create a Zoom curriculum, and you will find so many explanations. They've literally made a step-by-step simplification, especially right now because so many people are getting on Zoom. You can do it on Facebook groups. So when you're on Zoom, you're actually going to see on video each of the girls who are in your workshop. And that's pretty cool if you have a small workshop and it's manageable, like even somewhere up to the number of like 16 girls in a Zoom workshop can be totally doable. You're just going to have to mute everyone and then invite their participation and unmute them. You'll learn how to do that when you check out a YouTube video. Another way of doing it is like what we're doing right here. Just start a Facebook group and host a Facebook Live like I'm doing with you guys right now. Now, you won't see the kids, but they could be commenting. Maybe when it's younger kids, you'll invite them to do a workshop with their moms, right? Like their moms or their dads or their caregivers can come in on the workshop and they can do the typing for them. So that's one way of communicating on a Facebook Live. But just like we do here every week, and we're going to do for our training in April, like there's a beautiful connection point that can take place even on a virtual call, even on a virtual workshop versus a physical one. You can also do Instagram Live. Some people have bigger Instagram communities and feel like that's their sweet spot. by all means, do it on Instagram Live if that's where you want to house it. You could do both, Facebook and Instagram. Totally up to you. And I recommend, yes, I'm inviting you to charge for this workshop. Usually for our GiRLiFE workshops, we charge somewhere in the area of $35 to $40 for a 2-hour first-time workshop. And we slowly bump it up going there. Right now, I charge $50 per girl per workshop for my physical workshops. But for virtual workshops, I'm going to invite you to do somewhere in the area of $10 to $12 for a 1-hour workshop. Now, why is that number on the low side? A few things. First of all, you have no overhead. So you're not purchasing the craft materials. You are not purchasing the juicing materials. So you have less overhead. You have less to invest in the individual workshop. Also, you want to make it accessible, right? You want to bring as many girls in. It's not like a physical workshop where you might cap it at 20 girls. You could have up to 30, 40, or 50 girls, especially if you're doing it on an Instagram Live or a Facebook Live. So the capacity to earn is totally there. But you're able to serve at a greater level because you could bring more people in. And let's be honest, it's easier to hop on a Zoom call than to get yourself to a workshop physically. So let's lean into the opportunities that are coming up in this realm of virtual and remote learning, okay? All right, so what can you do for payment? You can just ask people to pay you via PayPal. Once they have paid you via PayPal or Venmo or whatever payment method of your choice, some of you may have Square. Once they've paid you, then you could admit them into your Facebook group, or you can give them the code for Zoom to get into your meeting. So that is up to you, the payment, how you're going to do it. But first you accept payment, then you let them in. How is this all sounding? I'm just going to take a step back. We've been at it for about 15 minutes. Any questions so far? Any clarification on anything that I've already discussed? I just want to make sure I'm not losing you guys and I'm not moving too fast. For those of you who have just joined us, Erin, I want to say your name correctly, Chilufia or Kilufia, Shauna, Molly, Kristen, Maggie, let me know if you have any questions at all, and I can definitely come back to them. I love the hearts. Thank you guys. So you can run this gratitude workshop for as many age groups as you want, right? Like, again, my gift to you, take it out there, serve, earn. I want you to see that you can make money doing work that you love, right? So, Kat, the prices, when you say, well, it depends. Are you in the US? If you're in the US, you're going to charge in US dollars when people come into your workshop, or whatever currency of wherever you are. So I think that's your question, unless you're asking about our curriculum. And yes, our curriculum is in US dollars. Nicole says, thank you for helping us pivot our businesses. I'm excited to host my first virtual workshop next weekend. Yes, I saw you were advertising for that. I'm so excited for you. You know, you signed up as a facilitator to run physical workshops, but it's very possible, Nicole, that you are going to start running virtual workshops, and it's going to be a big part of your business, because you can run, like when you're doing a physical workshop, you probably can't do more than 2 or 3 in a day. But when you're running an online workshop, you actually have the opportunity to show up so much more. So this could be like an even bigger piece of your business. And Kat is saying she's in Canada. Where in Canada? I'm from Canada too, Pat. I'm from Toronto. So the price of my curriculum is in US dollars. So if you're saying $10 US, I would probably, okay, that's what you mean. Yeah, you would charge about $15 Canadian, maybe like $12 to $15 Canadian, especially if it's your first time running a workshop. We just want to kind of like bring in as many people as we can at the beginning. Tamika is saying, how would you promote the workshop? What about those that want to participate but are not available during the time frame? Tamika, if they're not available, they unfortunately miss out, unless you're doing it in a Facebook Live and they have access to it later. But I think that the live component is really important. So I don't know, you're gonna have to think about that one, because I think you want them live so there's that two-way engagement and interaction like we're having right now. And you said how to promote it the same way you would promote any live workshop. You could do it on Instagram, Facebook, mommy's groups, tell your friends, send an email out, just go wild. Kat is from Sarnia. Very cool, very cool. And Tara is here joining us. Kelsey is here. Nikki is here. Welcome, guys. Okay, so I'm going to go on, but if you want, go ahead and ask your questions and I'll just scroll back up. Okay. All right, so I'm going to walk you through the gratitude workshop, which is my recommendation to you is to take this free workshop out for a test run in your community. Just do it. Go out there and serve and earn and, use this time to just show up for yourself and for those girls. So we're going to walk through the gratitude workshop, and usually we would have a craft, right? Like we'd have the craft prepared, but obviously in this scenario, you are not going to have the craft prepared. You are going to invite the girls or their parents to prepare from what they have at home. So the goal is to really try to modify each of the workshops so people are using materials that are at home. Because as we know right now, it's not easy to get your hands on materials. Even places like Amazon aren't really honoring Prime right now because they just can't. So like for a gratitude jar, it's really not so difficult. Most of us have a jar or some sort of container sitting at home somewhere. So just like a few days before the workshop, let the caregivers, parents know these are the items that we will be using. You will need a jar. I use origami paper for our gratitude notes. Obviously, that's not a possibility for all of you right now. Just little pieces of paper that they can decorate for the gratitude notes for the craft for this workshop. So just tell your parents ahead of time that they'll be needing that. You can do a live demo of your craft, and you could maybe spend 5 to 10 to 15 minutes live with the kids while they're doing theirs and you're doing yours and you're discussing it. But I would also recommend letting them finish those craft projects after they get off of line with you. So we can use our time online to really teach and to encourage that two-way engagement, ask them questions. So first and foremost, there's an icebreaker in the gratitude workshop, and the icebreaker, as you'll see in the curriculum, when was the last time you laughed out loud and why? So you're going to ask that question of the girls, and you're going to give them the opportunity to respond. And these icebreakers work just as well virtually as they do physically, because we just want to get them talking, get them comfortable, get them, if it's a Zoom call, get them to know each other. So you're going to ask them that question, and it's a cute question that gets them giggly and excited. So you're going to ask that. Number 2, you're going to start the workshop with, you're just going to talk about what empowerment is, why it's important for us to come together and learn just how powerful we are from the inside out. And that's how we start all of our workshops. We say that we are the creators of our own lives, and we get to choose our thoughts, we get to choose our behaviors, we get to choose how we show up in this world. We give a brief intro of what empowerment is and why we're all here together to learn more about it. And then you start with the gratitude lesson that you'll see in the slides from the gratitude workshop. Again, keep it animated, keep it exciting, keep that two-way engagement open. Invite them to interact with you, invite them to converse with you as much as possible. Use the dialogue prompts that are in the curriculum. And get creative, guys, and be comfortable to pivot in the moment. I always say in these workshops, we need to pivot in the moment. Sometimes a girl will bring something up, and it is so important and so pertinent that you want to just be there for her and meet her where she's at. So although you may have had a certain agenda, you want to also address what she's saying, because that came up for her, and chances are if it comes up for her, that it's something that we can really teach on for the rest of the group. Tessa is asking, what are your thoughts about hosting virtual workshops, book parties near holiday dates? I think it's great. Maybe use holidays for a workshop theme such as Thanksgiving gratitude. However, I'm not sure how this would work for book parties. Well, book parties are separate, right? Like that's something for you, for the facilitators. I would keep that separate, but I do love this idea of during the holidays to either do the gratitude workshop or the art of giving workshop. I think that is probably a good correlation point. So I like your thinking about doing workshops during the holidays. Totally, Tessa, get as creative as you want with the curriculum. One of the parts of the curriculum that's really translating well right now that I've been using is the I Can Heal Myself workshop, because so many kids right now are feeling so helpless, and they're feeling anxious and unsure of what's next. And this workshop walks them through the steps of how they can literally heal themselves and how they can uplift themselves. And the activity is a really fun one. So just get creative, Tessa. You've got this. Lorraine, thank you for joining us. And yes, thank God for live feeds. We can connect here and it's the best thing ever. All right. So when I say get creative, like even though this isn't part of the curriculum, you could take the playlist that I've created for this curriculum and talk about the songs or listen to the songs together, analyze the songs, what parts you liked, what parts resonated with you. And most importantly, in all of our workshops, you need to talk about how the core principle of the workshop has impacted you in your life. So whenever I run a gratitude workshop, I make sure that I teach on how gratitude has changed my life. I might use a specific example of how deciding to be thankful in a moment where I wasn't feeling abundant or I wasn't feeling comfortable, I decided to just choose one thing to be grateful for, and how that literally shifted my day and my experience and slowly shifted my life, right? Because when we practice gratitude, we are always actively looking for reasons to feel grateful. So always back up your lessons with examples of how the principles have helped you. When you share those things with the girls have buy-in. They believe in gratitude. They believe that gratitude can serve them and heal them and help them in the most difficult times. So they need that from you. They need that encouragement from you to say, hey, look, this is how it worked in my life. It could work in yours too. Welcome, Thu. So happy to have you live as well. Nice. Okay, guys. And then obviously we can't juice together. I know juicing is a big part of our curriculum, but you can invite the girl. You can still give a nutrition talk about how we need to eat the rainbow, make smart food decisions, get in the kitchen with whomever is there preparing your meals, become a part of the action. Obviously, all of us are cooking at home more than ever. Invite the kids to get creative in the kitchen and to make sure that they cover all the colors of the rainbow, because every color of every fruit or veggie from a different color of the rainbow has a different nutrient for them, right? And serves them in a different way. All right, guys. And then the craft, like I said, you could do a demo with them for about 10 or 15 minutes and send them on their way. So that is the gratitude workshop. I want you to be patient with yourselves. This is all new, especially if you're not a facilitator and you're joining us here and this is going to be the first time you ever run a workshop. Just be patient with yourself. The truth is, what our girls really need from us always, and especially right now in these challenging times, is to just show up for them. When you show up for them, when you make them feel seen and heard and understood, you have already achieved everything that you needed to achieve. All of the extra stuff is just gravy, but to really just be there for them with your whole heart is all they could really ask for. I hope this serves you. Let me know if you have any questions. I have a few announcements. We have our training coming up, guys. I'm so excited. Like, I can only imagine with the level of participation in this amazing group that we have just on our GiRLiFE live calls. I can't wait for this next training. Our community has grown. So many of you have shown up for each other and for yourselves. And so on April 20th, we are going to have the kickoff of our 8-day live training. It's going to take place every day at noon Eastern Standard Time. I want to say give yourselves about an hour. Sometimes it goes a little over an hour, but join us. You're going to learn all the ways that you need to shift your mindset to really step into your power. If we are going to be leaders for our girls, if we are going to be light workers in our communities, we first need to uncover our own greatness. And my goal with this free series is to help you uncover your greatness, because it's in all of us, right? And we just need to embrace it, and we need to get rid of all of the blocks that have held us back up until now. So we're talking about imposter syndrome and financial blocks. I know that's a big one. Perfection paralysis. And I'm just going to teach you how to rock your own magic and really share your unique, authentic message with your audience. So that's our training. I know that some of you have gotten in on this scholarship opportunity. I'm giving away a free scholarship for the GiRLiFE Certification Program during our training. And the ways that you can qualify to be entered into the draw for the certification is super simple. You just need to participate during the training, during all 8 days of the training. You need to invite your friends to join us in this group. If you think there's a woman, and I know that so many of us can benefit from this because we've done this before and the results were outstanding. So if you know someone who needs to be a part of this group, simply invite them, add them. I will post the link below to the group, so you can literally just send them the link and tell them about it. Or you can go to the top of this very group and hit invite and bring your friends in. So there's no limit to how many people you can add. In fact, the more people you add, the more powerful this will be. And of course, you will be entered for the draw for the free for the free scholarship for our certification program. What else? Okay, looks like we have questions. That's pretty much it. I just really want to get you guys psyched for this training. It's such a beautiful time for us to connect. If anyone here has been on the training before, give me some hearts and tell the ladies on this chat how awesome it was and what a beautiful community experience it was for all of us who are in this space together. All right, I'm going to go back. Lorraine says challenges are good. Totally. I couldn't agree more. It's how we grow. Shannon says, thank you. Thank you, Shannon, for being here live with us. Shannon, a different Shannon, is asking, is this the first day of training? No, actually, Shannon, I do a GiRLiFE Live every Wednesday at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. That's right now. I do that every Wednesday with the exception of when we are doing our live trainings, because then I'm showing up every day at noon. So this is actually just, I like to do bonus trainings once a week for all of you guys. So that's what this is. Kim says, thank you. Thank you, Kim, for being here. Nikki says April 20th. Yes, you're going to be there. Awesome. Kristen says, thank you, Melody. This sounds like a great opportunity to take this in a new way. Totally. I'm really excited to see how the facilitators who are joining me here pivot into virtual workshops and how you might make that a part of your bread and butter in your girls empowerment business. Tessa says, was so fantastic last time to connect with beautiful ladies and learn. Thank you, Tessa. And it was so great having you there. Maggie was there. She says the training is awesome and so inspiring. Thank you, Maggie. And Aiju is saying, hello, I'm running behind. That's okay. Just once I go offline, start from the beginning and watch. Aiju was also part of our free training last time. So that is it, guys. Oh, Nicole has something to say. I took the training in February and it was extremely helpful for my personal growth. I got to meet some incredible women and had 2 accountability partners that I chatted with every morning during the training. I love that. I love the GiRLiFE messages so much that I signed up for the certification. Best decision of the year. And I love having you here, Nicole. And I love how you've literally, you got the certification and you went for it. And you just started running those workshops and those book parties and all that right away. So that was very cool. I'm very happy to have you here. So, guys, thank you as always for joining me. It really means the world to me that you could be tuning into just about anything right now in our virtual space, and you've decided to spend your half hour with our community. So thank you, thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you have any trainings that you would like for me to do in this group, I'm all ears. I want to serve you in the best way that I can. And the best way that I can do that is if I know exactly where you want to go and how you want to grow. So thank you guys. Mwah. Have a beautiful day. I will see you next week. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on my YouTube channel. Stay tuned for more empowering content and check us out at www.getgirlpower.com.